This is Jarrod Horak, and this is my latest Road to the 2024 Kentucky Oaks video. I'm going to do the Starlet in this video from Los Alamitos Race Course. And through the first 7 races in this Kentucky Oaks 2024 video series, I have 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a 3rd place finish from my top choices. Now, the last race in this series was the Starlet Stakes, and my 8-to-1 top choice ended up finishing 3rd there. And my 2 winners in the Pocahontas Stakes, VV's Dream paid $440, and the Chandelier Stakes, Chatalas, who's in this Starlet Stakes, that one paid $820. And hopefully at the end of this Kentucky Oaks 2024 points races, all of them that I will be covering in video format, hopefully we can show a flat bet profit with the top choices. And I also do the Road to the 2024 Kentucky Derby video series on my YouTube channel. So stay tuned to both of those series each time a points race runs. And if you're interested in reading my Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks 2024 handicapping articles, head on over to todaysracingdigest.com. On their front page, you will see a tab that says Kentucky Derby. If you click there, it will take you over to the Digest Kentucky Derby page, and you will be able to read all of my Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks articles. Now, last week I wrote my first Kentucky Oaks blog, and in that 2024 Kentucky Oaks blog, I went through and recapped all the points races, updated the points standings, and then gave out my top 5 Oaks fillies up to this point. And I'm going to do the same thing for the Kentucky Derby. Later this week, I'm going to write my first Kentucky Derby 2024 blog. I'll go through and recap the points races, update the point standings, and do my exceptional 11 Kentucky Derby contenders that I do every year. So go over to todaysracingdigest.com on their Kentucky Derby page to check out all of that information. And now we'll get into the analysis of this video. I'll do the 9th race at Los Alamitos Race Course for Saturday, December 2nd, 2023. This is the Grade 2, $200,000 Starlet Stakes for 2-year-old fillies traveling 1 1/16 miles on the main track. Scheduled post time 7:28 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a 6-horse field in here. Bob Baffert has 2 of the entrants, and Baffert typically dominates this race, and he's got a very good chance to win it again this year. So now we'll pull up the field. Nothing Like You for trainer Bob Baffert will break from the inside post with Juan Hernandez aboard, and this filly is the 9-to-5 morning line favorite. Pacific Rose is one of 2 maidens in this race. Doug O'Neill trains this one, Joel Rosario rides, and she's 15-to-1. The second maiden is Flynn's Chance for trainer Richard Mandela with Umberto Rispoli in the irons, and she's 8-to-1. Great 48 for trainer Tim Yakteen. Apprentice rider J.G. Torrealba is in the irons, and this one is 8-to-1. Chatalas for trainer Mark Glatt with Antonio Fresu. She's 2-to-1, your second choice. And then Grazia for trainer Bob Baffert, his second entrant with Flavian Pratt listed to ride, and she's 5-to-2 morning line. Now we'll look at the top Today's Racing Digest final time ratings, and Nothing Like You tops the field. She got a 125 in her last start. And if she can run back to that kind of number, she's a solid contender in here. And that's why she's the favorite, because she's the fastest horse up to this point. Chatalas has a 122. That wasn't in her last start, though. Her last start was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Filly. She disappointed. But go back a start, the Grade 2 Chandelier Stakes, she won that race, earning that 122 final time rating. Pacific Rose ran in that race and finished 4th, and she got a 114 final time rating for that race. And then finally, Grazia, in her career debut last time out, she got a 110 final rating, and she's one that still has some upside. So now we'll go through the field quickly, and then I will give out my top choice. Nothing Like You, back-to-back wins, has early pressing versatility. In her 1-mile maiden victory at Santa Anita on October 14th, from post 5 in a 5-horse field, she made the lead that day, and she just was clear throughout, and she won by more than 6 lengths. Great 48 was clearly second best. She was a next out winner. The show finisher was a next out winner, and then Nothing Like You was a next out winner in the Desi Arnaz Stakes, cutting back to 7 furlongs at 9-to-2 odds, inside post, 5-horse field. She ended up rallying to win by a nose that day. So now she's stretching back out. She can handle 2 turns. They can go to the lead if they want to. They can stalk. They certainly have some options, and she's a logical contender. Pacific Rose, a maiden after 4 starts. She finished 4th in her last 3 starts, including that Chandelier Stakes where she stalked the pace and finished an even 4th. That race really wasn't that fast. But Chatalas obviously winning that one is the only graded winner in this race, and she's a threat in here. Pacific Rose cut back to the maiden ranks last time, went from that Chandelier finishing 4th, beaten 2.5 lengths. In a maiden special weight race, she was beaten 13 lengths, finishing 4th last time out. She's going to have to pick up her game. Flynn's chance improved second time out. 6.5 furlong debut. She was 6th, beaten 15 lengths, racing wide in a 10-horse field. Stretched out to 1 mile second time out. Rallied from 6 lengths back to battle for the lead at the midway point. And then she ended up finishing a clear 3rd that day. A solid enough effort. Umberto Rispoli rides back. Her 3rd career start. She still has some upside. They did spend a lot for her. $675,000. Great 48. This is a $70,000 daughter of Constitution. And she's 1 for 4 with a runner-up finish in her best 2 efforts when she took blinkers off in her last 2 starts. First time without blinkers, she ended up finishing 2nd behind Nothing Like You. And Nothing Like You beat her by more than 6 lengths. And then last time out, a 1-mile race at Del Mar, maiden special weight company. She rallied from 8 lengths back in 2nd, so we had a runaway early leader, and she was able to reel in that leader and win by 1 3/4 lengths. Good effort there at 9-1. Now she's stepping up to face winners for the first time. Chatalas has run 4 times, and she's won twice. Her Del Mar debut, she won that one by 1/2 length, a professional effort, stalking the pace. She ran into Tamara, a runaway winner in the Grade 1 Del Mar debutante second time out. She was 4th, beaten 12 lengths in that 12-horse field. Then in the Chandelier Stakes from the inside post, she was able to get out there and control the pace. Nobody else wanted the lead. She took that lead, and she was able to run her best career race that day. And then last time she was jostled at the start. She never got involved in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. 9th, beaten 17 lengths. So Chatalas, on her best day, she can certainly contend with this group. And if I didn't mention it earlier, the past performances in this video, they are provided by today's RacingDigest.com. Finally, number 6, Grazia. Second-time starter for trainer Bob Baffert. This is a $350,000 daughter of Uncle Mo, and Malibu Moon is the dam sire. And for this filly, good effort in the debut. She pressed from 2nd. She took the lead in the stretch, and she edged clear, and she won by 3 1/4 lengths. She was a little bit green that day. She was 40 cents on the dollar, but she dominated that race. That cast of 4 others just was not able to keep pace with her in the stretch. Now, Juan Hernandez rode her in her debut, but he rides the other Baffert filly, your favorite, Nothing Like You. So Flavien Prat gets aboard here, and he's 2 for 10 with Baffert recently. So I would expect from that outside post, she should be forwardly placed. So this one probably comes down to Chatalas, your stakes winner, the Grade 2 Chandelier winner, or the 2 Baffert fillies, Nothing Like You, or Grazia. And I'm going to end up going with Grazia in here. I think she's got a lot of upside. She's only run once, that 6 furlong debut, and she looked good that day. It looks like she should have more in the tank and continue to get better for Baffert. No reason why she can't get this distance. And I like that outside post. At Los Al, I like that position where they're out in the middle of the track and they're within tactical range. That kind of style at Los Al typically does work well. So I'm hoping that Grazia can set a good trip. If someone wants to go to the lead, like her stablemate Nothing Like You, possibly Chatalas, maybe Great 48, any of those horses want to go out there, Grazia is not going to be far behind, if not outright on the lead. So this early pressing filly for Bob Baffert, Grazia, has a lot of upside, and this Uncle Mo filly is going to be my top choice in the Grade 2 Starlet Stakes at Los Al on December 9th. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. Again, keep checking my YouTube channel for all of my Oaks and Derby points races, and go over to todaysracingdigest.com on their Kentucky Derby page to read all of my Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks reports. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.